Hey guys, it's Keaghan. This is the second video that I am recording for a series of tarot readings that I'm doing here on YouTube, specific to things that tend to cause trauma in relationships. I've done one already. I'm sitting down to film the second. I'm going to post these during the month of December in the year 2020. There'll be 8 of them total. You don't have to watch them in order. If you've stumbled upon this one, you felt drawn to this one, watch it. As these are recorded, I'll put links to the videos for the full series in the description box below. And at the end of each of these videos, I will put a playlist when they're completed, or as I add them, I'll post a playlist at the end of the videos so you can click through and see what the other titles are. I'll try to remember to put up a list of the topics that I'm going to cover during these specific readings, but in case I forget to do that during the editing process, there'll be all the information will be in the description box below. For this particular reading, I'm taking a look at individuals who have dealt with gaslighting. And as I'm shuffling the deck and talking to you, those of you who have clicked through on this video, I'm tuning into your energy. And what I would like to ask you to do is to take a deep breath. I'm sensing a lot of you are very hesitant to watch this video. A lot of you have been spending a lot of time watching lots of tarot readings on YouTube. You're trying to find answers. There's lots of doubt in your energy. Your energy feels very confused, uncertain. You're seeking out space where you can get clarity and try to figure out where you can get some comfort in terms of just feeling certain about anything. There's so much doubt that's coming through energetically. What I'm doing here is I have an oracle card deck. I'm going to start by just doing a cut. I'm going to pull a card out. It'll have a word or 2 words on it. I'm going to show that card to you, and I want you to spend a couple of minutes as I'm going through and shuffling some other decks, tuning into you energetically. I want you to just reflect on this card, okay? So make sure you can see it. It says connect to heart. What I'm picking up energetically from this is that if you will connect to your heart, that is really where you can have certainty. I think you're avoiding your heart right now because there's a lot of pain. But you have to manage to connect back into that. You have to be willing to connect inward. Even though there is pain, you have to be willing to clear that pain, deal with the pain, confront the pain, accept it. That's the only way that you're going to be able to move past this. I'm sensing a lot of you have confusion even around trusting yourself. Pulled another card here. Power. There's power inside connecting to this, dealing with this, confronting this, owning it. Okay? There was a lot of effort put into making you doubt and question yourself. There was a lot of effort put into confusing you. This was done deliberately. Give me insight into the experiences of the people listening to me, please, who are tuning into this reading. Show me what they've gone through, what they need to know, what they need to hear, what they need to accept. Okay. Show you the first cards that have come out here that we can see. We have the King of Cups showing itself. That's come out with the 5 of Cups reversed and the 8 of Cups coming out upright. In this situation, I feel like initially this person presented themselves as a knight in shining armor. They made a lot of promises. They offered you security. They felt very special to you. They showed themselves to be someone that was kind, caring, compassionate, someone who wanted to build something, someone who wanted to love you. Ultimately, this was not how this played out. And I do sense, one thing that I will say here in terms of those of you who are listening, I like that this 5 of Cups has shown up reversed because it indicates that you're starting to focus on the things that still remain. I think most of you have closed out the connection with this relationship because of this 8 of Cups. You've taken that 9th cup out. You've taken ownership of it. It's become your Ace of Cups. You're planning to move forward, move beyond this. But what's happening here is that you have not been able to do it yet. 10 of Wands also showed itself with the 6 of Wands coming out reversed. One thing I would need to say here to you is that you don't need to do this all on your own. There are lots of other people in the world who've had the same experience as you. One thing I also need to say is that if you find yourself actually truly unable to move forward from this, and if it's possible for you. Seeking out therapy, counseling is something that can help you deal with this. What's occurred here is something that it's very intense. I'm actually trying to keep a little bit of energetic distance from it. But I want to acknowledge to you who are listening to me that this was very, very psychological warfare that was done to you. This is something that, like in my mind, I'm actually being shown flashes of like people who are at war and the type of trauma that they come back with. This is to the level that you have potentially with PTSD as a result of dealing with this individual. I'm going to stick with this deck and see what else wants to come out. Okay. There's a need for you to spend some time in your mind. I think this is also connected, going back to this connect to heart. There's a need for you to connect your mind and your heart again. They've become disconnected. Because of this, you aren't able to actually figure out what it is that you want, what it is that you need. You feel like there are lots of things that only hold your attention for a short period of time, and then you lose all interest in it. But that connection between your head and your heart, when you can reestablish that, it puts you in a place where you start to recover, you start to heal, right? Remember this power card. Power coming out, strength coming out. There's hope for you to recover from this that requires you dealing with it. There's an avoidance going on. I want to grab another deck of cards. I use this deck as an oracle deck, but there might be people who are familiar with it and use it as tarot. You can use this as tarot. I just want to use this to get some further insight into what it is that's blocking you from hitting this. I want to get you to this place where you feel strong, you feel certain, you feel like you know what it is that you want, you feel like you know what it is that you feel. There's so much confusion in the energy right now. You don't know who to trust. You don't even know if you can trust yourself. And that makes sense because I feel like this person really did a lot to make you doubt yourself. Comparison coming out here, as well as the card, the Miser. And I want to say with this card, I'm getting a lot of energy on this. Sometimes we try to hold on to so much that we can't actually make any movements. If you look at this card, right? Holding on to things, holding on to feelings, holding on to hurt, holding on to pain, it actually walls us in. It prevents us from moving forward. You cannot make comparisons about yourself and other people. If this person, in terms of the gaslighting, made comparisons often, I think for some of you that's something that's coming through very strongly. I did this, I'm sorry, I don't mean to block you, but there was a lot of emotion and I can't do what I do if I allow that emotion to come in. A lot of you dealt with this person making comparisons. Why aren't you like this person? Why don't you look like this person? Why aren't you small like this person? Why blah, 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 right? Not dismissing it. I'm just saying, like, that's their crap. That's them trying to break you down. That's them trying to make you feel weak. That's them trying to make you feel insecure about yourself. You need to let that go. Comparison, the only thing that you should compare yourself to, only thing you should compare yourself to is being better today than you were yesterday. Going to sleep tonight with less on your mind, less worry, less pain in your heart than you had the night before. Comparing yourself to getting yourself towards the ultimate highest expression of yourself. Okay? Who is it that you want to be? What do you want to be feeling like in a month? What do you want to be feeling like in 6 months? Where do you want to see yourself in a year? Focus in on that person. You do not want to be still stuck in this person's control. Right? I feel like with this person, like I said, you've moved on from this. You've found a way of moving forward. You're not still focused on this person in the same way that you were. You've moved on from it. But what's important for you to realize is that as long as you are still held back and limited by the things that this person said to you, the things that they put into your mind, the doubt that they put into your heart, as long as you're refusing to connect the pain that you still feel mentally, right? You have to bring that pain up and process it. You have to clear out the confusion. As long as you're not doing that, this person still has control over you. They're still holding you back from becoming the person that you ultimately want to be. I'm going to stick with this deck. I just feel like there's some more messages that want to come through from this for me. A lot of you find yourself in a place of sorrow, to the point that you're not sleeping well, you're not able to think clearly, you're not able to stay focused, you're not able to do that. I need you to do that for me, okay? If you're still listening to me, I just need you to take a deep breath. I feel like I've been sitting like this. I need you to just relax, okay? For some of you, you're still romanticizing this connection, okay? These two cards came out together. I want you to really look at the imagery here, okay? If you're not in a situation in which you're completely paralyzed by the thoughts, completely paralyzed by the anxiety, completely in your head, staying up at night, worrying, crying, right? When you shift, your energy goes into this place of detachment, still trying to look at the situation with some sort of hope, reflecting back on something that wasn't real. It was fantasy, okay? But you're stuck regardless. Your energy is stuck. I want to see you get to this. I want to see you feel strong. I'm going to grab my Rider-Waite deck here. Deep breath, guys. Take a deep breath. You know, it's interesting, as I'm shuffling, I just want to talk to you, because I think sometimes people don't fully understand this. But when tarot readers connect to you, people listening to me, when we sit down, typically alone in our environment, we actually do feel the energy of the people who will eventually watch the videos. So whenever you're watching this, whether it's within a couple of days of me posting it or a year later, I'm actively tuning into you. So any anger or emotions, anything that you feel comes in to the space. And so it's really important sometimes for us to just ask you to center yourself, okay? Take a couple of deep breaths with me. Exhale. Inhale through your nose for me. And exhale. Okay. Get some guidance for you from your own guides and angels. See what they want to tell you specific to the situation. Feel your energy opening up to guidance. Moon coming up. You have to deal with the things that you don't want to deal with. Anything that you feel is unknown to you will be made clear as long as you're willing to connect to it. Ask your guides to give you clarity. Ask your guides to give you healing energy. I'm sending you healing energy right now as I'm focused in on you. I also was just shown, for some of you, it might be a good idea around, so again, I don't know when you're going to watch this video, right? Some of you might watch it immediately. Some of you might watch it a few years from now, okay? Specifically coming out with this Five of Wands, this feeling of needing to be on guard. I think this is the other thing that's coming through energetically for you. Like, you dealt with someone who is not like an average person. Okay, so not everyone is going to try to come in and trick you. Not everyone's going to try to come in and fool you. Not everyone has a hidden agenda. Not everyone's playing games. Okay, it's very important for you to realize that. Too many of you are focusing on things that you feel you just can't see, and oftentimes there's nothing there to see. Okay, sometimes people come through and they have good intentions. That's why it's really important to reconnect to your heart. You're very blocked off in terms of being willing to open up and trust people, which is understandable. But it's something that you need to work on. It's something that you need to heal. For some of you, as I was saying, there could be benefit to you in terms of looking at the moon cycle, figuring out when there is any sort of eclipse that's coming in for you, when there is a new moon approaching, when is the next time that you have the opportunity. During that time period of either an eclipse or a full moon, perform some sort of ritual, whatever it is that makes sense to you, whatever it is that feels like it connects you to your own spirit guides. Ask them for healing. Ask for them to make it easier for you to reconnect your head and your heart, because that keeps coming up to me visually. It's the reason why you're not able to process through this. More insight, please. Confirmation coming out with a new deck. Really focus in on the energy of the upcoming new moon or the next eclipse. Queen of Swords coming out here upright. I like this because this card feels to me about you resetting boundaries. Specific to realizing when you need to set boundaries and when you don't. Eight of Swords showing up here, and I love this particular deck and the illustration, right? Because this person is not trapped. This person can get out of this situation. So much of what's going on here is because you're trapped in your mind. It's a mental imprisonment that you need to break out of. You can start to clear the energy of this. You can start to get out of this energy by focusing yourself on letting people in, opening your heart up again. Your heart is very, very blocked. There's a wall, right? Where is that? This is what I feel for you in terms of your heart. You're holding on to the pain. You're holding on to the hurt because you're not willing to fully feel it. It was too much for you. In the space of the active space of the gaslighting, when you were so confused, it was actually impossible for you to be certain of what it was that you were feeling. That's how confusing it was. That's how out of sorts your mind was. You weren't actually sure if you were the problem, if you were the one being hurt, if you were the one doing the hurting. You weren't sure if you were mad or if you were sad. You weren't sure if you were hysterical or if you were making sense. It was too much for you to actually connect your head and your heart. So what's coming through here is that you've never actually really fully processed the emotions as they were. You have to process those feelings, process those emotions, connect to them so you can see what it was that you actually went through. There's an avoidance that's coming through here. Trust. You have to trust yourself. I think I said at the beginning, so much of what's coming through energetically from the people who are listening to me is that you don't even fully trust yourself because everything seemed to be so the word that came through is wrong, but that's not my word. That's your word. I'm looking for my word. You felt that everything you thought, everything you felt, everything you labeled was wrong, that it was something else, but that was not true. You have to trust yourself. You have to tap into your own intuition. You are protected. There are guides and angels around you who are trying to heal this for you, but they can't do it unless you're willing to connect to what actually happened. Queen of Cups coming out. I think the Queen of Cups came out earlier. I have a ton of cards in front of me. You have to be connected to your emotions, guys. You have to feel what needs to be felt. You have to allow those things to come forward. You have to be kind to yourself. You have to be patient with yourself. You have to really treat yourself with love. If you do so, you get to hear. Six of Wands coming up. That's that movement into feeling sure of yourself. You are able to deal with this. You're able to clear this out. You're able to process this. You're able to overcome it. You're able to heal. You're able to become whole. You're able to trust in yourself again. It's supported. You're not stuck in this. Ultimately, you can have the life that you want. But what's necessary for you to do that is you have to feel, guys. I'm trying to think of how to explain this in a way that will make sense, because still I sense that so many of you, you're not trusting what I'm saying. You're not trusting what you feel. You're not trusting what other people are saying. There's this cycle. You have to break out of it. You have to realize that you yourself were never wrong. What you thought was happening, happened. What you thought was being done was being done. You were never wrong. You were being told you were wrong. You were being told that you were mistaken. You were being told that you were hysterical. You were being told that you were making things up. You were being told that you were creating things that weren't there. That is not what really happened. What was really happening is exactly what you thought was happening. So there's no need for you to doubt yourself. There's no need for you to doubt your intuition. There's no need for you to doubt yourself. I can feel that helping, okay? It's not a situation where you went outside and said the sky is blue, and everyone's like, the sky is green, and the sky was actually green. The sky was always blue, okay? You were always right. Lots of cards coming out. Seven of Coins upright with the Queen of Cups reversed. Knight of Swords also reversed here. This is old energy that you need to work through, and it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time to work through this. You feel like okay, this is interesting. So many of you know that what you need to do is focus on yourself. You need to care for yourself. You need to be there for yourself. But you almost feel shame or guilt around doing that. And I think that is coming in because of this very immature person who did a lot of lying and manipulation. Anytime that you wanted to focus on yourself, anytime you wanted to tend to yourself, anytime that you wanted to just have space to be able to try to clarify things, clear your mind, get your emotions in check, this person would make that mean that you were doing something to them by trying to focus on yourself. And there's still something lingering there around that, okay? Five of Cups coming out with the Five of Wands is sort of what I'm talking about here. Your energy is very focused on what you perceive or what you were told you did wrong. Okay, and 9 out of 10 times, the things that you were told were wrong that you were doing, they weren't actually wrong. They were the things you should be doing, but they didn't benefit this Knight of Swords. I don't know where I put him. I just showed him to you. So many cards around me. This person ultimately, guys, right? Here it is. I wanted to find it. So initially this person, right, coming out energetically, the Knight of Swords coming out reversed, I don't think that you fully understand still the depth of this person's deception, because the King of Swords is what I actually feel they were. This is not the first time that they've done this to someone. This is not the last time they're going to do this to someone. This is something that they have perfected over time as a way of getting what it is that they want. Okay? Not to say that, you know, sometimes it's like, knowing that you're part of a group can make you feel better. I don't think it's going to offer you anything to know that there are other people that this person has done this to, that they will continue to do this to people. But I think that they come in with energy that makes it seem like they're not quite as masterful at this manipulation as they are. But the truth of the matter is they are King of Swords reversed. Now, what I want to show you here, okay, the last 2 cards, and then we're going to pull an oracle card for you and wrap this up, because I think there's a lot that's come through in this reading that you need to process. You might want to watch this reading an additional time. But Six of Cups coming out here with the Three of Wands reversed. And what I want to say here is anything that you're focusing on in terms of the past, any type of nostalgia that you're feeling, right? I'm going to search for a card again. Bear with me, guys. We've gone through a lot of cards. Okay? Where's the 6? Okay. That's what this is. Any sort of focus that you have in terms of the past where you're romanticizing it, where you're hoping that there was something there that you could have saved, something there that you could have done differently, anything that's lingering for you. And I don't think it's a lot. I don't think that it's a lot. But you have to realize that this was something that was meant to end. There wasn't room for this to grow and continue because you weren't allowed to grow and continue in this relationship. You were being held down. You were being held back. You were being limited. Okay? Let's grab this oracle deck. I want to get a message coming through from your guides for you to wrap this up. If you liked this video, if it was helpful to you, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up. Share this with other people. If you know other people who've dealt with this sort of thing, let's pass this forward. These messages are being delivered through me, but they are for anyone who has dealt with this type of thing, anyone who has had someone who used gaslighting as a tool against them. These messages can resonate for those people. Feel free to share this. I welcome it. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you like these messages, you like hanging out with me, please take a moment to subscribe. Also, giving this video a thumbs up if it was helpful to you helps boost the video with the algorithm so that more people who need to hear the messages can hear them. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. The universe is trying to help you guys. One thing that you can count on, one thing that you can trust as you're dealing with not feeling like you can trust many things, is that the universe is trying its best to help you, to heal you, to guide you back to something that feels lighter. Okay? I actually just started to grab one more card. I'm not going to explain this card beyond showing it to you and telling you what is on it. This is a card for you to reflect on as you move forward. Again, there will be a playlist that plays at the end of this video that will contain all of the videos in this series that I've done so far. I'll also put a link to that playlist in the description box below. Share wisdom. Guys, as you clear this energy, as you find your way out of this darkness, as you find your way forward towards healing through watching videos like this, other tarot readers, other light workers, other shadow workers who are trying to help other people navigate out of this, as you find ways out of that, be sure that you're sharing the wisdom. Okay, help other people come out from the darkness. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope that these are helpful. My intention is that they're going to reach people who need to hear them. They're very intense for me. They're taking a lot of energy, but I'm hoping it's worth it. So please keep encouraging me to move forward with this series. Leave me a comment if this was helpful. I love you guys so much. I'm sending you lots of healing energy.